Boys, welcome back to another Brokowski's YouTube video. In this video, we're going over the top 24 wide receivers to start for week 1 of fantasy football. And I know a lot of you guys have deeper leagues and you want more rankings. First link in the description is our Patreon. On there, we got top 48 wide receivers, double what's going to be in this video. We got our top 36 running backs, top 20 quarterbacks, top 20 tight ends. We're answering every single fantasy question on there. Again, guys, first link in the description if you want to check that out. Boys, let's get straight into the video.
First wide receiver in S tier. No real surprise. It's Cooper Kupp. He was by far and away the best receiver in fantasy football last year. Plays Thursday Night Football, NFL kickoff against the Bills. We expect a big game from Cooper Kupp.
And second, another player in S tier, it's Justin Jefferson. He's going against the Green Bay Packers last year against Green Bay with Kirk Cousins. He absolutely balled up, put over 30 points per game. Clear wide receiver 2 for week 1.
And number 3, we got Jamar Chase. Plays against the division rival Pittsburgh Steelers. We expect a pretty decently high-scoring game. Not super high-scoring, but enough points scored that a lot of players can do really well for fantasy. We have Jamar Chase as number 3 receiver for the week.
At number 4, we got this guy's NFL debut for the Raiders. It's Davante Adams. We like the matchup a good amount. Raiders vs. Chargers has always been a pretty high-scoring game.
Next up, also in A tier, we got CeeDee Lamb playing Sunday Night Football against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last year, week 1, Amari Cooper was the main star, but CeeDee still did have a lot of targets, had a pretty good game. With CeeDee being the clear number 1, we expect a ton of points for CeeDee against the Bucs.
Our next player in A tier, it's Mike Evans. Again, against his Cowboys, we expect very high scoring. Also, with Gronk leaving, with AB leaving, the clear red zone number 1 option for the Buccaneers is Mike Evans. We for sure expect at least 1 touchdown this game. We love Mike Evans.
And the last player in A tier is Stephon Diggs. Doesn't have a great matchup against Jalen Ramsey, obviously the best corner in football, but Diggs is still a great player, still expect him to get a good amount of targets.
Our next player in B tier is Deebo Samuel. We like the matchup, we don't love it against the Bears. We for sure expect the 49ers to win. Trey Lance shouldn't have to throw the ball too much, so we don't think Deebo will get too many catches, but he should get a decent amount of rushing yards, should get a couple red zone touches, and maybe he can get in the end zone for a rushing touchdown.
Our wide receiver 9 on the week is Keenan Allen. Again, love this matchup for the Chargers. Chargers-Raiders, always high-scoring games. Keenan Allen's a PPR monster. Expect a ton of targets from this game.
And at wide receiver 10, we have Mike Williams. The last time the Chargers versus the Raiders, Williams had 17 targets, 9 catches. He absolutely carried the team in receiving. We like Mike Williams. We like Keenan a little bit more because we think he is that wide receiver 1, but Mike is right behind him.
And at wide receiver 11, we got Tyreek Hill. Don't love the matchup against the Patriots, but Waddle's questionable, so Tyreek Hill might be the clear number 1. Should get a lot of touches in his Dolphins debut.
Next up, another tier break. Our wide receiver 12 is T. Higgins. Last year, when he versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, he put up over 25 fantasy points. Yes, we expect Chase to be the wide receiver 1, but T. Higgins is that wide receiver 1B. He's right behind Chase. We love T. Higgins this week.
At wide receiver 13, we got Michael Pittman. On paper, this looks like a good matchup, but we expect the Colts to run Jonathan Taylor tons this game. We don't expect a ton of throws to Pittman, so that's why he's a little bit lower, but we still like his possible upside.
At wide receiver 14, another player in C tier, it's Marquise Brown. On the season, we do not like him at all as a wide receiver 14, but he's in an amazing matchup. Chiefs, Arizona Cardinals should be a shootout game. No D-Hop, even Zach Ertz is questionable. We expect Brown to be the clear wide receiver 1 for Arizona.
Our wide receiver 15 on the week is DJ Moore. It's Baker Mayfield's revenge game against the Cleveland Browns, so expect him to have a pretty solid game. DJ Moore is the clear number 1 wide receiver on this team. Expect him to get a ton of targets this week.
Our next player, our wide receiver 16, his Eagles debut, A.J. Brown. We do like this matchup a good amount. We expect Philly-Detroit to be a semi-close game. Detroit's offense is actually sneakily good. A.J. Brown should be that clear wide receiver 1. It just depends how much Hurts will throw the ball, so we like him at our wide receiver 16.
And at wide receiver 17, we got Jerry Jeudy. Again, another revenge game, Russell Wilson against the Seahawks. We think Jerry Jeudy's the number 1 receiver on this Broncos team, especially in PPR formats. Love the matchup, love the upside, love Jerry Jeudy this week.
And right behind Jerry Jeudy is Courtland Sutton. We do think Judy's the 1, but it's for sure not guaranteed. We'll still have to wait and see. Sutton's that big, tall receiver, kind of like the DK Metcalf build. We still like Jeudy as a wide receiver 1, but Courtland Sutton is right behind him in our rankings.
And another tier break, we got Deontay Johnson. He is questionable with a shoulder injury. Plus, the Steelers' offense is loaded with weapons. We got Najee, Pickens, Claypool. Deontay Johnson is still the clear number 1 receiver right now, but with the injury and all the other weapons, we don't think he's going to have a huge week 1.
And at wide receiver 20 for the week, we got Darnell Mooney. We like the Bears to be down against San Fran, so they should throw a decent amount. Mooney is this clear wide receiver 1. The only other mentionable target in this offense is Cole Kmet. Mooney absolutely clears him. We really like him for week 1.
And another player playing in the NFL kickoff game, we got Allen Robinson playing against the Buffalo Bills. Again, love this matchup. Cooper Kupp's going to be the clear wide receiver 1, but Matthew Stafford can easily support 2 wide receivers. Still love Allen Robinson's upside this week.
At wide receiver 22, we got Juju Smith-Schuster. We again love this matchup. Arizona, Kansas City, we expect a pretty high scoring game. Kelsey's still obviously the target number 1, but Juju should be the clear 2. We really like Juju as his number 2 pass catcher for the Chiefs.
And at wide receiver 23, we got Brandon Cooks. We expect the Texans to be down week 1, have to throw a ton. Brandon Cooks, again, the clear wide receiver 1 in this offense. Got force-fed targets at times from Davis Mills last year. Expect a ton of targets again this game. Love him for week 1.
And lastly, at wide receiver 24, we have DK Metcalf. We really do like the matchup. Denver should be up almost this whole game, so the Seahawks should be forced to pass. Also, Geno Smith is better for DK and Lockett compared to Drew Lock, so we like DK at wide receiver 24.
And guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and if you guys want all of our extra rankings, answering all fantasy questions, it's in Patreon. Click the link in the description. Guys, thanks again for watching. See you guys next time.